ACC Network softball, and let's get the weekend rolling from the Steel City, from Varnavedian Field in Pittsburgh. It is the rubber game of a three-game series as Virginia Tech visits Pittsburgh. Game one of this series took place last night. A lot of drama, went extra innings. Pitt had a lot of chances. They finally took advantage in the ninth. 3 homers on the season. Ground ball right at the second baseman. Up with that is Vaughn, and Tiley makes the throw to first, and 2 pitches in, 1 gone for Kira Pittman, who's getting the...
And Virginia Tech coming off a loss for the first time in 17 games, had that nation-long win streak. A little bit of emotion going into that game 2 of this series as well for Virginia Tech.
Right over by the dugout.
Right away, and this is a real mental challenge for Pitt after coming off that big defeat earlier today. Getting 2 quick outs, that's a good start.
And swinging at the first pitch, Zoe Yeager grounds out to Vaughn. So the drop comes in, and all of a sudden the drop appears a lot more, and then the changeup was a work in progress, and now it's a big part of the repertoire. And the walk puts Griggs
to be in the circle, and that's something as a senior Emma Lemley has developed as well, and she can use more of her secondary pitches now.
On to second base, Griggs with the steal, so she's 7 of 8 in stolen bases.
Look comfortable, looks a little off balance.
Yeah, that's 2 walks to start the game for Lemley. We mentioned her start last night, 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 earned. Leave in that game that they had a chance to win it. They did in extra innings. Did she go? Yep.
Back to her bread and butter pitch, which is that rise ball up in the zone.
Now that one gets away, and it's going to allow the runners to advance. We'll see if they go pass ball on that. Hit the mid of Yeager first.
Book job of really leading with her glove while her feet are moving.
Hit to right field, right along the line. That's grabbed by McMillan, and that's Griggs, the lead runner. She has to hold. That ball not hit all that deep down the right field. The 7th and 7 in the 5th. Pitt able to keep him off the board in the top of the first of this rubber game. 2-1 pitch is whacked towards the middle, and that ball is cut off by Castine. Throw to first, not in time, and a couple of runs come in on a ball that didn't even really leave the infield with the trailing run.
Well, good things happen when you put the ball in play. This pitch is all ball over all the plate, and Branston hits it back up the middle. A nice effort by Castine.
Well, the ratio for Lemley's gotten a little better. 30 pitches, now 16 balls, 14 strikes. And her 3-2 pitch, the rise ball, swing and a miss, and she strikes out Hernandez to win the inning. 2 Ks in the frame for Lemley. Yeah, they came into the weekend tied for first with Florida State. That's rolled out to third base, and Martinez safe is the call at first base. Looked like first base umpire Ed Clark kind of thought about it for a second and then said, I think it's safe. And
needed a little more time to decide on that play.
And a chance to turn 2, and they get it. Bree Peck going after the first pitch, and it goes 5-4-3. Martinez to Vaughn to Brandstrom. Pittman is thrown at this point. This is going to be her 13th pitch. That ball's whacked into center field, and it drops, and now it skips past Griggs, and off to the races is Aldridge. He'll go down to second base. And Pittsburgh's fortunate that only turned into an 3-2 pitch. Hit towards the left side right there. Martinez has had a busy inning, and she throws across the diamond to retire the side. So the 2-out double by Aldridge, and the Hokies strand their first base runner. The NFCA inducted her into the Hall of Fame. What's it been, 3 years ago now? 2022. Let's hit out towards the shortstop, and Annika Rose retires Martinez on a pop-up.
Well, and again, if you look at that again, you can see it's crossed up.
That's hit towards right field, but right in the direction of Corey McMillan. 2 down.
This is where Lemley's still not able to have.
And the rise ball strikes out Esparza. That's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Limley, who gets her third strikeout. We have finished 2. In fact, it's insignificant, really, but part of the conversation when we talk about on the field here, Carol, that Florida State is going to play probably 3 fewer games than the Hokies.
To play deep into May and into June, so they've got a lot of season ahead of them and trying to get the rest they need.
Rose sends it out to left field. Mari Braden there makes the catch for the second out. The morning yesterday, could they come and hit? And you just said, you know what? I just let them sleep in. I think the sleep is more important than getting them on the field at that time. And there's another fly ball out to left field. Braden is there for that. And Kira, top of the order up here in the home half of the third, leading 2-0. First pitch swinging. Griggs gets it past the diving Jordan Lynch and into left field. And Griggs on for a second time tonight, man.
On your body, but there's a lot of mental challenges going on as well.
Well, you mentioned that Virginia Tech came into this series with a 17-game winning streak. They hadn't lost since, and have been blanked through the first 3 innings here in the rubber game. All hit towards the right side off the glove, and nothing that Castine can do at that point as she had to retreat to pick it up. That is
the biggest workout of everyone, and that's her catcher, Zoe Yeager, who's
yes.
Rarely been able to stay in her catching position and catch the ball. But you are right, just looks so uncomfortable tonight.
He's back to the rise and strikes out Brandstrom. That's a big K for Limley with the base. Yeager. Oh,
it's getting a workout.
Yeager, yes. With the bases loaded, 2 outs, a big 3-2 pitch from Limley, and that's put in play. Out towards left center field and ranging over. Trinity Martin makes the catch.
And it's that friendly little quick reminder, hey, this series is even at 1-1. We've got a shot here, but that's doing something physical to represent kind of a refresh and a new start. Very important.
I tell you what, Desiree Martinez, he earned runs in that span. It's a liner to left and right to Amari Braden. That's 2 balls hit pretty well, but both outs and 2 gone in the inning.
And she's not a strikeout pitcher. I mean, that is not her game. Doesn't have a lot of movement on the ball, but is able to feed her defense as she does there to get out of the inning.
Jordan Lynch grounds out to Brandstrom at first.
I haven't seen an off-speed pitch yet.
Yeah, A 2-2 pitch. Rise ball in the air behind the plate and playable and caught by Zoe Yeager. 1 out.
In Lexington, and Emma Lemley threw a no-hitter and was 1 batter from a perfect game, and she was in complete command. Didn't matter what she was throwing. She mainly threw up in the zone as she does there to get the strikeout. And her rise ball looks much better than
Florida in that, but for them to, that's popped in the air behind the plate, and another opportunity that's caught by Yeager, who catches 2 balls behind the plate to retire the side. So Limley's starting to find her groove. She's set down the last 5.
And the home runs kept coming. It's exactly what we're thinking about. How many? What is the record? Because that was a lot, and they almost broke it.
Peck flies to left. Amari Braden there. 8 in a row set down by
and has made big pitches when she's needed to.
Foul territory near the coach's box, and there's room for the busy Desiree Martinez again.
Especially early in the game, that's just helped her elevate to the next level as a pitcher.
Off the end of the bat, right to second base. Kylan Vaughn. Kira Pittman rolling through 5 innings. She's sent down the last 10 in a row.
Here at the bottom of the 5th.
Hits the 3-2 pitch on a line up against the fence on 1 bounce. Martin plays it quickly, throw into second, close, safe. Even with the speed of Griggs, well played by Martin off that fence. But it's a double for Griggs, her 14th of the season. Average?
Yeah, 200, 220 is the recommended. You see that. Once in a while you see a 190.
That's a bunt fielded by Lynch. Well, Vaughn had been attempting to get that bunt down a couple of times tonight.
Full counts against Emma Lemley. They have not swung at many pitches out of the zone Just atypical from a Lemley outing.
And strike three on the outside corner. High outside edge. Lemley painting that. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for Tech when we get to the next inning. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Well, Pittsburgh had Griggs at third, 1 out. Could not chase her home. Too tired. And Pittsburgh pitcher Kira Pittman as she begins the top of the 6th. And that ends right there. Into the right field corner. Martin chugging for second. She's in standing up. It's her second double of the season. Battling for the regular season crown in the ACC. Off the end of the bat, right side. It's played on the short hop by Vaughn. And they get the out at first. And you can see Mike Lewis there. A three-person crew. Steve Rhodes, the plate umpire. Ed Clark, Mario Calabrese.
You see the no catch there. And
the call is upheld. Left. She represents the tying run. On the ground right side. Knocked down. No play at first. Came up on Vaughn. Martin. So after the visit from the pitching coach Jordan Dale, 2-1 pitch, and that's put in play by Chatfield, deep to center, and it is out and gone. And with that one swing, Virginia Tech has come all the way back and taken a 3-2 lead. I think the fuse got lit, Carol.
And it can happen in a hurry. This pitch is really the first pitch Pittman has left over the heart of the plate, and Chapman does not miss. She gets good elevation in her barrel, and you can't even see the ball in that shot because it's
this innings last night in game 1. That ball's ripped to left field and hits the very top of the fence, and it's going to be a long single for Zoe Yeager, who was about a foot away from hitting a line drive out of the ballpark.
Just something to do with the ball and mainly going up in the zone, creating some outs, but just the emotion she brought in the circle to Pitt.
Step on second, throw to first, a little bit low from Hernandez. Brandstrom unable to dig it out, and Pitt was trying to turn their second to get through a frame like that.
Without question, that 3-run home run, the go-ahead home run, could have been a tying home run without that other mistake in this inning.
Pecked the other way, caught by Murphy, but the damage done. Chatfield, 3-run home run. And
Emma Lemley tonight, and she worked the count full.
Brandstrom takes low ball 4, and Caitlin's on for.
With Pitt only having 3 games left to play after this game.
Towards right field. McMillan comes on to make that catch for the first out. Lifts this one towards left field. It's hit well and off the fence. Ball's headed for third. Into second goes Martinez. Another 4 or 5 feet on that one, and all of a sudden Pitt's back in front. As it is, it stands as a double. And now the Panthers have something going with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
And the scoreboard was about to change. This ball is an eyelash of being the go-ahead. Look where that ball hits, right under the white part of the top of the fence.
In play, out to left center field. There's the catch made. Tagging, headed for the plate. Throw home! Safe!
Use a challenge as well.
So as they walk off the field to take a look, let's peek at it ourselves. It's matched up. She did not leave early. The catch made. It's the play at the plate. Not a bad throw at all from Peck.
And when I'm trying to look at the home plate umpire, he is calling obstruction. Now I can see.
Obstruction is overturned. What is the actual call on the field now? Okay. It's a 2-2 pitch from Emma Limley. Way upstairs. Here comes Martinez. And Pitt's back in front. Well, you were foreshadowing that, Carol, and it comes to fruition. A wild pitch.
Emma Limley just not having command of her pitches. And one of the toughest balls to catch. Any catcher out there will tell you to get from your down in your stance to get your arm completely straight and keep that ball in front. It is not easy.
And that's to center and out of here. Home run. So one pitch after the wild pitch gave him back the lead. Esparza stays hot and hits her 6th homer of the year. And Pitt has that original 2-run lead back.
Well, you can see the look on Lemley's face. Watch, as soon as this ball's hit, she doesn't even turn around, puts her hand up. She knows it's gone. This pitch is too much of the ball over too much of the middle of the plate. And KK Esparza puts an exclamation point on this inning in the 9th spot in the order before the change, but it's been a long night for Emma Lemley.
Kleiman just in the game, goes off her leg and then tries to hurry the throw and throws it. Ball's hit by Vaughn, deep left center, and that one's off the fence. Griggs comes in, and the Panthers have scored 4 times in this inning, and now
his catching fire at the right time of year. We saw it in the Duke series with the big win, the in-state rivalry win against Penn State, against Virginia Tech yesterday. And when they get going, that momentum, they just pass the bat, and you can just see it does take that clutch, timely hitting. And that amount of RBIs you just mentioned, that doesn't get much more clutch than that.
A walk to Murphy. Kleiman was a really kind of a tough luck lose, which all started last night. So all 3 games are going to be played in about a 27, 28 hour span. And I'm wondering if Sophie Kleiman is kind of feeling the effects of the in game 2 of the series.
Yeah, and then right now in this inning, what Virginia Tech's looking for in Grizzlies is just the ability to throw strikes, no more free passes.
Chatfield wants it, makes the catch, and the side retired. 10 batters come to the plate. Hang on, it would be their first series win against a ranked ACC opponent ever. First time in program history. And that's not the way Pittman wanted to start the inning. Is cap off that 4-run frame. It's out towards right field, and it's hit pretty well. Back towards the fence. And Murphy, feeling her way to the wall, makes the catch. From Miami, coming up when we're finished. 3-2 pitch. Put in the air towards shallow right field, and it's caught by Murphy as Vaughn goes into a slide to help her right fielder
to tie this game.
Abramovich trying to send it to McMillan. 1-2 pitch. Swing, and it's in the air towards shallow center field. And coming on, Griggs makes the catch. And the Pitt Panthers have won an ACC series against a ranked team for the first time ever.
Just an outstanding series victory over a very good Virginia Tech team. Outstanding pitching performance from Pittman. She was in complete command the entire game. And how about the Pitt Panthers? A lot of momentum, and they stepped up when they needed it most. Great series victory for Pitt.